What's up, YouTube? It's On Your Bomb here, and welcome to my NFL game predictions for the Week 7 of the 2018-2019 season. We'll be predicting the Week 7 games, but before we do that, let's take a look back and see how Week 6 went. And if you don't already know by now, we're doing something new this year. I predict the game. I pick the game out of a bowl, put the two teams who are playing in a bowl, and pick one out to see the winner. And I look at a Madden simulation in a connected franchise to see the winner through that way. Now we are in Week 7, so it's if you might know that by now. If you already do, I know you probably hate me repeating it, but and you never know who's going to join in mid-season, midway through the series. You never know. So I just want to make sure everyone's up to speed. So that's why, if you're wondering why I keep saying that every week. But yeah, so let's look. And as you guys can see, I had a decent week at 9-6. Pretty good. I thought I was going to do much better because at one point I was like 7-2 because sometimes I keep track in my head of my own predictions. And I was at 7-2 at one point, but I guess like the second half of the games just really weren't going my way because I went from 7-2 to 9-6. That's only 2 more wins after that. But as you can see, the Bull had not as good of a week. At 7-8, so they didn't do too well. I mean, that's still good, but it wasn't enough to keep the league. I took the lead overall. I am 51-40-2. And the Bull is only 50-41-2. I am 1 ahead of the Bull. It's still anybody's race. And even more so now because Madden had a really great week last week at 11-4. Getting right back in this race, 48-43-2. The Madden is only 2 down from the Bull. And the Bull is only 1 down from me. So the Madden's only 3 down from me. It's crazy. This is still anybody's game. I'm loving this. We'll see how the season ends out, but we still have a lot of football games left. It is only Week 7. We're getting there, but at the same time, we still got a decent amount of games left. So let's look at a little bit more in depth to see who got what right. Eagles versus the Giants. We all 3 got that right with the Eagles. The Buccaneers versus the Falcons. I got that right with the Falcons. The Bull and Madden got that wrong with the Buccaneers. Panthers versus the Redskins. I got that wrong with the Panthers, but Bull and Madden got that right with the Redskins. The Seahawks versus the Raiders. We all 3 got that right with the Seahawks. The Colts versus the Jets. Me and the Bull got that wrong with the Colts, but Madden got that right with the Jets. Cardinals versus the Vikings. I got that right with the Vikings. The Bull got that wrong with the Cardinals, and Madden got that right with the Vikings. Steelers versus Bengals. As a Steelers fan, very glad I got this prediction right with the Steelers. The Bull got that wrong with the Bengals, but Madden got it right with the Steelers. Very good one at that. For Chargers versus the Browns, I got that right with the Chargers, but the Bull and Madden got that wrong with the Browns. The Bills versus the Texans. Me and the Bull got that right with the Texans, but Man got that wrong because Man predicted a tie, and they did not tie. The Texans won. The Bears versus the Lions. I got that wrong with the Bears. Sorry, the Dolphins. Bull and Man got that right with the Dolphins. Rams versus the Broncos. We all 3 got that right with the Rams. Ravens versus the Titans. Me and the Bull got that wrong with the Titans, but Madden got that right with the Ravens. Jaguars versus Cowboys. We all 3 got that wrong with the Jaguars. What happened? Like 40-7? I wasn't expecting that. Sure, maybe an upset, but dang. I mean, props to the Cowboys. Maybe I was sleeping on you guys, but holy crap, Jaguars. I don't know. Chiefs versus the Patriots. I got that wrong with the Chiefs. The Bull and Man got that right with the Patriots. That was a very close and great game, as I thought it would be. Unfortunately, that's another prediction against the Patriots I got wrong. The only one I've ever gotten right was the Jaguars game. 49ers versus the Packers. I got that right with the Packers. The Bull got that wrong with the 49ers. And man got that right with the Packers. Alright, with that all being said, let's finally move on to actually predicting the new games for Week 7. Alright, first up we have Thursday Night Football, the Broncos at the Cardinals. And I'm going with the Broncos. Cardinals, they're just... They're just the Cardinals. They do have some talent, and they do have Josh Rosen, but I only have one win so far. I just don't see them winning against the Broncos. The Broncos, it looked like they gave a game to the Rams, actually. They only won by 3. The Rams only won by 3, but yeah, I think the Broncos are an team, so I think they can get it against the pretty bad team Cardinals right now, because the Cardinals I think have the worst record in the league right now at 1-5. So yeah, I'm going with the Broncos. The Bulls also going to take the Broncos over the Arizona Cardinals, but Madden is going to take the Cardinals, winning 38-31 over the Broncos. Well, I will see about that. That's a good win for the Cardinals, bad loss for the Broncos. But hey, I mean, if the Cardinals were upsetting anyway, it could be the Broncos, honestly. Next up, we have the Titans at the Chargers. I am going with the Chargers. I think they're the better team in this situation. The Titans I think they've been struggling lately. They lost to the Ravens. They got shut out. They haven't put many, if any, points on the board as of lately. So I think the Chargers are coming off a win against the Browns. I think they got this. They should, at least. I think they have the more talent. But yeah, I think the Chargers are going to win this. So does the Bull. The Bull has the Chargers as well. But Madden has the Titans winning 24-14. They have yet to get in the 20s in their at least last 3 games for the Titans. So yeah, we'll see about that. Maybe not the score, but maybe the Titans can do something. Maybe the Titans defense can step up. Alright, next up we have the Bengals at the Chiefs. I'm going with the Chiefs. The Chiefs almost beat the Patriots, but came up just short. Gronkowski got a catch, getting the Patriots in field goal reads, and then Goshkowski got a field goal. He got a lot of field goals. I have him on my one fantasy team, and he got me 21 points. That was like the third most guy, and he's like the only 2 people that did better than him was Todd Gurley and James Conner, which is crazy. But yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs. Their offense is still elite. They're looking really good. If they can give a great game to the Patriots and almost beat them, they can definitely beat a team like the Bengals. And the Bengals coming off a loss against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Bengals, even with their loss against the Steelers, have been surprising, but I don't think they're going to be this surprising and take down the Chiefs. But the Bull disagrees with me and says the Bengals are going to take down the Chiefs, and the defense, I guess, is going to come in clutch and stop the offense, and the offense will get it done over the defense. Also, Madden says the Bengals are going to win 20-19, a 1-point game against the Kansas City Chiefs. Maybe. I personally really don't think so, and I'm very confident in my prediction, but hey, we'll see. It could go either way. Next up, we have the Cleveland Browns at the Buccaneers. Now, this one was actually really hard for me. The Bengals, sorry, not the Bengals, not even the Browns, the Buccaneers, of course, they lost Fitzmagic. Fitzmagic is no longer a thing anymore. I personally think they pulled the plug on that maybe a little bit too early. I know he was struggling against the Bears, but I agree with benching him for the moment, but if they can't get anything going, I think they should at least try Fitz. I don't watch the Buccaneers game, so maybe they have been. I might be talking out of my butthole here, but yeah, I'm actually going with the Buccaneers. I think the Buccaneers are going to win against the Cleveland Browns. The Browns, they've been surprising, but they see last week they weren't, and like they lost pretty heavily. I'm pretty sure. I think the Buccaneers. This one, I don't know. The Buccaneers could lose to the Browns. The Buccaneers could win. I think they're going to win here. Maybe that's just me wanting them not to win because I'm a Steelers fan. But I don't know. I just have this feeling that the Buccaneers are going to have what it takes to beat the Cleveland Browns. But this one could honestly go either way. I'm having trouble picking it. But the Bulls going to go with the Browns. Say they do get it done against the Buccaneers. Man's going to take the Buccaneers with me, 31-14. See, I really don't know about that game. That honestly could go either way. That's a major toss-up. Both teams aren't spectacular. I mean, the Browns seem like it because they've been much better than they've ever been before, but they're still not the best team at the end of the day. Alright, next up we have the Panthers at the Eagles. The Eagles coming off a win against the Giants. The Panthers coming off a loss against the Redskins. One that I thought they were going to have. I am actually here going to take the Panthers. Reasons being, honestly, is kind of a gut feeling and kind of just thinking the Eagles are not going to play up to their potential, because I do think the Eagles in this case are the better team. But I just think the Panthers are going to upset them here. I don't know. The Panthers are still a decent team, but I don't know. I just have a feeling they're going to get it done over the Eagles for some reason. The Bulls actually going to agree with me and say the Panthers are going to win over the Eagles. Mad's actually going to make this a three-way agreement. Say the Panthers win 24-20 against the Eagles. Very realistic score. I don't know, maybe. That one's another toss-up, kind of. Like I said, I would expect the Eagles to win, but I'm thinking about an up. I think there's gonna be some kind of upset here. I don't know. We'll see. I know you might think I'm stupid for not taking the Eagles if I think they should win, but you know, upsets happen literally every week, and I'm feeling one there. Next up, we have the Vikings at the Jets. And I'm, of course, taking the Vikings. They are the much better team in this situation. In this game. I don't know why I say situation. But they just have a good defense. They've been killing it lately. I believe they won, but I'm forgetting who they beat. And I know me going back and editing this, I'm going to be really like seriously, but yeah, I know. The Jets did get it done over a high scoring game against the Colts, just barely, but I think the Vikings, of course, are better than the Jets, and they're going to win this game. The Bull is going to agree with me with the Vikings and winning against the Jets. And unfortunately, Madden is taking a tie again. The Vikings and Jets tie 30-30. I don't know why Madden thinks us in these simulations are tying so much. This is the third tie of the year. I think it's I don't know if I'm gonna put in the title or not. Usually I put in the title, but like, you know, I don't know. I really don't know. So you guys know if the Vikings can just tie, man gets that prediction right. Me and the Bull are going to just add on to our tie points. But if someone wins that game, then that's an automatic prediction wrong for man. I don't know. Who knows? All right. Next up, we have the Lions at the Dolphins. I'm going with the Lions here. The Dolphins are just squeezing out a win. Almost going into overtime against the Bears. The Lions coming off a bye week. I think they get done over the Dolphins. Both teams are kind of similar in, like, you know, mediocrity. But, you know, the Lions, they beat the Patriots. The Dolphins didn't. Even though they're divisional rivals, I don't know. Or Dolphins did this year, I should say. I'm going with the Lions. I'm having a gut feeling that the Lions could win over the Dolphins. It could go either way, honestly, but I'm picking the Lions. The Bull is going to say the Lions with me. The Lions win over the Miami Dolphins. But Mad's going to have the Dolphins winning over the Lions 37-31. It honestly could go either way here, but I think the Lions are going to win this. Alright, next up we have the Patriots at the Bears. The Patriots taking off the undefeated Kansas City Chiefs, leaving the LA Rams the only undefeated team in the league. The Bears coming off a loss against the Dolphins, like I just said prior. I'm of course taking the Patriots. The Patriots have only even from last year's predictions and this year's predictions, I've only guessed correctly against the Patriots once, and that was against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I definitely think the Patriots have what it takes to beat the Bears. The Bears, I'm not sure what's been happening with their defense lately, but it hasn't been really as good as it was at the start. Maybe they turn it around. I don't know. Hopefully for one of my fantasy team's sake, but yeah, I don't think they're going to do it right here with the Patriots. The Bull is also going to say the Patriots win against the Bears, and Madden is going to say the Patriots win against the Bears 42-30. Pretty high-scoring game. It could happen. Alright, next up, Bills at the Colts. I'm going with the Bills. The Colts, I took them last week to upset the Jets, but it kind of disappointed me. The Bills kind of been disappointing too. Both teams pretty disappointing here, so kind of a toss-up. I think the Bills are gonna be a little bit better here and win against the Indianapolis Colts. So I'm taking the Bills to win against the Colts. I think they're the slightly better team as well. The Bull is going to have the Colts winning this game against the Bills. But Mad's going to agree with me and say the Bills win 31-21 over the Colts. And you know what? I really don't have much other to say about that game because it honestly could go either way. It's two teams that are kind of been disappointing. So which one's going to stop being disappointing and which one's going to continue being disappointing? Alright, next up we have the Texans at the Jaguars. The Texans won and have been turning it around. I think they were 0-3 and now they're 3-3. The Jaguars kind of disappointing. I mean, they beat the Patriots earlier this year, but they just got crushed by the Cowboys. They lost to the Chiefs, which that's a hard game, and they lost also to the Titans, which was a very low and boring game, it seemed like. So I'm going with the Jaguars here. I think the defense is going to get it done, and Blake Bortles can get it done too against the Texans. I think the Texans are not going to be quite as good this week against the Jaguars. I think the Jaguars will at least squeeze out a win here. And the Bull is going to take the Jaguars as well. And Man is also going to take the Jaguars 21-10. I can see that score for being this game, honestly. That's pretty realistic. Alright, next up we have the Saints at the Ravens. I am going with the Saints. The Ravens have been, as much as I hate to admit it because I'm a Steelers fan, the Ravens have been pretty decent lately. They're 4-2. They came out a shutout win against Tennessee, and now they've just been pretty good. The Saints, they're coming off a bye week. They've been turning around before that though. I'm going with the Saints here. I think they're going to be the better team in this situation. I think they are the better team in general against the Ravens. I think the Ravens defense might be alright at first, but then they start kind of choking and can't keep up, and Joe Flacco and the Ravens offense aren't going to quite be able to get going against Saints. But and the Saints defense has done worse tweaks, so maybe the Ravens can pull that off. I don't know. I don't think so. and I don't hope so. But the Bull thinks so, and is going to get with the Ravens winning against the Saints. And the Madden is also going to say the Ravens win 27-24 against the Saints. Ravens also have home field advantage. I tend not to take home field advantage into consideration too much, just because I feel like that at the end of the day the teams can do what they can do, but I don't know, that is something to take into consideration at times. So I don't know. I really hope the Saints win that, and I believe they are, but hey, Bull and Man disagree, so we'll see how that goes. Alright, next up we have the Cowboys at the Redskins. Redskins surprising victory against the Carolina Panthers. The Cowboys surprising blowout against the Jacksonville Jaguars, 40-7. I'm going with the Cowboys here. They really impressed me last week, and not only that, I really think Dak and Zeke can really do a lot against the Washington Redskins. I just think they're the slightly better team here, especially how they've been playing. The Redskins have been surprising me too. I tend not to take them, but they do win sometimes. And the Cowboys surprising as well. So I don't really know. This is a tough one to predict, but I am going with the Dallas Cowboys winning against the Redskins. Especially, honestly, a big part of it was them surprising me last week. I really didn't think they were winning that, but they did, and they did in big fashion against probably the best defense in the NFL. So I think they can definitely get done against the Redskins. Hopefully they show up or not. But the Bulls going to go with the Redskins here, saying the Redskins win against the Cowboys. They're thinking that the Cowboys are not going to play as well as they did last week, and the Redskins are going to be able to get it done against them. Madden's actually going to agree with the Bull and say the Redskins win against the Cowboys 30-28. Pretty close game there. It could be that close. I don't know about the outcome, but it could be that close. And honestly, that's a pretty toss up too. To be honest, it's hard to pick. Alright, next up, we are already at Sunday Night Football. We have the Rams at the 49ers. And, of course, I am taking the Rams. The 49ers, without Jimmy G, lost to the Cardinals, giving them their only win at 1-5. The 49ers actually almost got done against the Packers last week, but they didn't get it done. And I just like to say sometimes almost doing something isn't doing something. And the Rams are just... I'm taking the Rams. I am taking the Rams all day. The Rams are undefeated still. The 49ers are not going to be the team to take them out. Rams have had some close games. But remember, getting it done, almost getting it done isn't getting it done. With Jimmy G, maybe. These teams have been playing close for the last couple years. Even last year. I believe they actually lost when Jimmy G was there. But Jimmy G's not here. I'm definitely taking the Rams in this situation. I don't think it's going to be as close as it usually is, but hey, it might be. It depends. Madden's going to pick a major upset here and say the 49ers win against the Rams. That would be a major upset, to be honest. I don't know. It could happen. I'm not knocking it yet, but you never know. Madden is going to say the Rams win against the 49ers 21-9. That being probably 3 field goals. I could see that. I just don't see the 49ers doing as good as they normally do against the Rams, as of right now, without Jimmy G. So, and with this stacked Rams team defense, I don't know. The Rams are just looking so nice right now. Alright, last but not least, Monday Night Football, the Giants at the Falcons. The Giants have been losing. They lost to the Eagles. The Falcons have been losing as well. They're like 2-4, but they did win against the Buccaneers. I think they're definitely better than the Giants. So I'm taking the Falcons here. I think they are going to be able to beat the Giants. They were able to beat the Buccaneers. I don't know if they can turn their season around completely, but I think that this is going to be a start if they do. I think they're definitely going to beat the Giants. The Bull is going to take the Falcons as well. Agree with me, but Madden is going to have the Giants beating the Falcons 23-17. Kind of a close game. See, the way the Giants have been playing, I guess this could go either way, but I think the Falcons are going to step up and win here. Now, this week we have 4 teams on a bye week. So, that if you didn't hear your team, that's probably why. One team on a bye week is my team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, unless it's against a divisional rival, there should be no sort of bias involved with my prediction there, because sometimes I'm a little biased when it comes to the Steelers, but so I try not to be a lot of the times. So the Steelers are on a bye week. The Raiders are also on a bye week. The Packers are also on a bye week. And the Seahawks are also on a bye week. So Steelers, Raiders, Packers, and Seahawks are all on their bye week. So it's going to be a short week when it comes to prediction and rankings. There's not going to be as many. So really quickly, a recap. The Broncos at the Cardinals. I have the Broncos. Bull has the Broncos. Man has the Cardinals. Titans at the Chargers. I have the Chargers. Man has the Chargers. Bull has the Chargers. Man has the Titans. Bengals at Chiefs. I have the Chiefs. Bull has the Bengals. Madden has the Bengals. Browns at the Buccaneers. I have the Buccaneers. Bull has the Browns. Madden has the Buccaneers. Panthers at Eagles. I have the Panthers. Bull has the Panthers. Man has the Panthers. Vikings at Jets. I have the Vikings. Bull has the Vikings. Man has a tie. Lions at Dolphins. I have the Lions. Bull has the Lions. Madden has the Dolphins. Patriots at Bears. I have the Patriots. Bull has the Patriots. Man has the Patriots. Bills at the Colts. I have the Bills. Bull has the Colts. Man has the Colts. Texans at Jaguars. I have the Jaguars. Bull has the Jaguars. Man has the Jaguars. Saints at Ravens. I have the Saints. Bull has the Ravens. Man has the Ravens. Cowboys at Redskins. I have the Cowboys. Bull has the Redskins. Man has the Redskins. Rams at 49ers. I have the Rams. Bull has the 49ers. Man has the Rams. Giants at Falcons. I have the Falcons. Bull has the Falcons. Madden has the Giants. Honestly, it sounds like a pretty interesting week. There were a lot of games where it seemed like Madden was picking against me and the Bull, but then after that, it seemed like the Madden and Bull were kind of teaming up, and I was picking the odd picks out. We only had like 1 or 2 three-way ties, I think. So three-way agreements. So it should be an interesting week. It's definitely interesting record-wise right now because everyone's pretty close. I am currently in the lead by 1 correct prediction. The Bull is right behind me, so I can't do like pretty much any worse than the Bull. The Bull can't do any worse than me. And it can't really do any worse than Madden because Madden's only 2 predictions. We're all right there. So it's going to get very, very, very interesting here. So hopefully all you stay tuned. We'll be predicting Week 8 predictions next week. And if you want to know how everyone did for the Week 7 predictions and how the overalls are looking after this to see who's in the lead, who's in 2nd place, and who's in 3rd place, make sure you watch Week 8 predictions. It's going to be recapped like we did with Week 6. This week. So that's gonna be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like or dislike, subscribe or don't subscribe. It's always up to you. And I'll see you guys in the next video you watch of me. Goodbye.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong.